Pisces.
Hello Pisces, this is your forecast for November 2015, and the high points here this month is twofold of the major things going on, that is. And the first one is Venus and Mars now in Virgo. They are passing through your 7th house, which has to do with love and relationships, or any kind of relationship where you're working tightly with people one-on-one is where you get the best benefit from this. And for both of them, going through Virgo allows you to absorb some of that Virgo energy where you might be thinking or analyzing more so, pondering upon your relationships. They've both passed here over Jupiter in October, so they're kind of infused with that enthusiasm of Jupiter. And they're good to go here, 22 degrees on the night sky here as we start up. But Venus will be moving into your 8th house, into the sign of Libra on November 8th, followed by Mars there on the 12th. And this is going to then, for the last 3 weeks of November, going to help you focus on your income, your savings, how you can expand this area perhaps by good investments or whatnot. And Mercury is already there and will be there just for the first few days before it disappears into your 9th house. But yes, if you want to finalize any of this close interaction that you're having here with Venus-Mars 7th house energy, do so by that first third of the month. And then we will see that on the 5th, the Sun, which is in your 9th house, by the way, and will be transiting there throughout that of November, will allow you to look at long distance travel. Some of you will be traveling, others will be making plans for that, maybe for the holiday seasons coming up there in December. But your focus right now in this area is all about your philosophical outlook on life too, spiritually and maybe even religiously, looking at those higher aspects of consciousness, how we can expand our consciousness. It's really reaching out for those loftier ideas and then downloading them into your being. You have the new moon here as well, which will be there on November 11th. And I feel the energy of it is really something that's going to take on a stronghold of you because it's in the sign of Scorpio. And whenever you think philosophically, Pisces, you tend to think in the deepest depths. You're not afraid to go deep in your being because your 9th house is always coming from that Scorpion energy, and it is a sister sign of yours, so you're kind of comfortable there. The new moon is going to be in this area on the 11th, and that's the time we put down our intentions, right? And so for you, a good intention here, Pisces, would be that you give yourself a little bit more room and time throughout the month to ponder and contemplate these higher philosophical thoughts. We know how important that is for you to feel whole because you are so naturally gifted with your own spirituality, and you don't really feel all that balanced or at one with yourself when you don't have time to set aside for it. Great intention for you here on this new moon on the 11th. But on the 5th, the Sun here is coupling up with Pluto, and Pluto's that point of transformation in our chart. It's in the area of your hopes and dreams. It also is ruling right now this group mind energy, and where you're reaching out to groups, transforming and so forth, both you and them, I feel. But since the Sun is coming into a beautiful beam on the 5th, you might be looking at something that you might be adding to or subtracting, balancing, but I feel it's more implementing your spirituality here. This leaves you feeling really good. And on the 10th, we got Mercury and Pluto doing the same thing that the Sun was doing on the 5th. So whatever concept you were meditating upon or visualizing, now I see you're taking it out and you're communicating it to the same area there, to your hopes, dreams, visions, groups, and organizations, your network. Now, on the 10th, we have Mercury and Pluto functioning together, and this would be here for you in the same area of your higher intention, should I say, your spiritual expansion, and how you're taking it out or sharing it with your friends, groups, or organizations. I feel the feedback, the communion between these two areas is very, very positive. And also because the Sun and Jupiter on the very same day are also beautifully lined up. This is where you're getting all of this enthusiasm coming from how you're balancing what you're working with, and how you're growing and expanding and sharing coming together here. And the Sun being in that 9th house might have to do also with people at far, where you could be interacting with them as well. But the joy lies in the ability to now communicate out widely. Now, some of you might even be publishing something here this month, and in that case, Jupiter is the ruler of publishing. You have your Sun in the 9th house of which Jupiter rules too, so that's like a double whammy. Great for you to go out with any new project at this time. On the 13th, Venus, which rules love and self-worth and money, those things, Saturn is coming in here, and I see how it's really helping you now to secure what it is that's important to you, either at heart through love, or what you're working for, which has to do with your security. Saturn is always wanting to kind of lock things in, give it a balance here. And Saturn for you is in your 10th house for career, Pisces. So this is where you're growing over these next couple of years. And having Venus come up here from the financial area where it's going to be in, I'm feeling that you can really put something together now that could lock in for a long time, especially if it goes to royalties and commissions and so forth, and Saturn giving you, should I say, the mastery of. Think about Saturn as your inner master, right? It is in your area of career, so I'm seeing how these two things can tie in that can secure for a long time. And also, Mercury, very same day there on November 13th, is coming in with Jupiter. So Jupiter also is looking out for you to expand. So do not be afraid to show your true colors or your new colors coming out, because Jupiter also rules what is at far distance. So it's not just here at home or the neighborhood or your community, close community. It may even go very, very far. Whatever it is, the news that you're sharing might have a very good, long-lasting message. Love that on the 13th for you. And especially because whatever you're doing and working on right now in November, you're kind of preparing for what is going to come in for your career in December when the Sun moves into the 10th house. It's not there yet, but then it will be really floodgating, should I say, this area for you, because the Sun will also meet up at some point next month with Saturn, and you'll see the consequences of that in your career. But more on that next month. The 20th to 23rd, okay, there might be a situation, a little hiccup in the matrix is what I like to call it, when we have the squares and oppositions. Because basically it's a very fluid month where things are just joyful, especially for those of you who are out and about, and in fact enjoying your sun and new moon in the area of travel. But on the 20th to 23rd, well, there might be some delays, or you might be up against something that can create a little stir or insecurity. This is Venus square Pluto. And then Venus will also be opposing Uranus. So you got 2 days there where these two are going to be in effect, but then it's going to pass. So whatever that deal is, already on the 24th, I see that that's coming together for you, and where you're feeling strong and good and settled about the whole situation. So the thing is, there's always going to be those days in between, you know, where we just got to lay low, right? That's a time for you to lay low. And yeah, rest up would be the best thing you can do. But should something come, then you know it's passing. The 25th is beautiful. Mercury and Mars is showing that you're back up to speed and you are busy, both communicating but also running around doing your errands, coordinating them really well. And on the 25th also we have that full moon. And the full moon for you here, Pisces, this month will be in your 4th house for home and family, your foundation. So that is the area that's going to be illuminated for you, and you will have a very, very enjoyable time there. So that is what we do have. Did I mention your new moon? I did. That was on November the 11th. I'm sorry, I've been doing 12 videos here. So did I say it in this one or in the past video? But yes, November 11th. So do remember your intentions and write out that abundance check to yourself. And if you want to know more about your romantic life with this Venus-Mars, just listen to your moon and rising sign, because that'll show up in other areas in your chart. So you can see where that is going to be coming to you from, right? And I'll see you next month. Have a good one.